I've worked in prisons for the criminally insane for 10 years now, and I can honestly say I wouldn't change my job for the world. With any hard work, rehabilitation is possible, and I believe true justice can be served. I still remember my first day vividly. How terrified I was to do night shifts. How uneasy I got walking that long, dark, and silent corridor. That phrase you hear on your first day sticks with you forever. Eyes down, keep right. This is a very old, very small prison, designed for only a select few patients. No doors, no glass, only bars. In fact, the ward itself is believed to be haunted. Patients describe a demon who paces back and forth, peering into their cells at night. But this is just what the recruits are told. Nowadays, I can spot which new recruits will stay and which will leave. It intrigues me seeing how fresh new recruits handle certain situations, and how passionate they really are to rehabilitating the unspeakable. You'll need that passion that I have. I don't want to go into too much detail here to save certain people's dignity, but let's just say I've seen more recruits leave than stay. I'm on a late shift now, with just one other officer, flicking through patient files again and again. This is the boring part. I like to put each folder in piles I deem the worst crimes. This has become second nature to me now. I could show you some files that would easily shatter your nerve as a recruit. These patients are on my ward. They are extremely fragile, yet incredibly dangerous due to their crimes. If you're going to help them, you can never forget that. I grab the keys and head down to that infamous, long, dark corridor and lock myself in. It's unbearably silent and dark, the only light coming from thin slits in each cell. This is the part so many recruits can't handle. The atmosphere is intense. Essentially an old brick tunnel with a row of caged animals hissing, whimpering, and crying. I keep to the right and set myself on the floor, peering in at the last dark cell. What are those marks you've scratched on your walls, Briggs?
Why don't you come closer to the bars, officer? I can barely see you lurking in the shadows out there.
He whispered this from what sounded like the back of the cell. But I can't be certain. There are only a few patients here, so it's usually quiet and claustrophobic. I'm fine here. Are these the names of your victims, Briggs? No response. He's hiding in some dark corner. All I can see from the light are scratches on the brick walls and his bed. How am I supposed to know how you are if you won't talk? I open his file and start reading some details every now and then. 2 children taken from their home at night and drowned. Look at what you did to their faces. Do they look familiar now? An abusive family is no excuse. I know what your father did to you.
I didn't do anything!
I can hear a slight whimpering coming from his cell as I recall his childhood. But you did. That's why you cry in your sleep. You won't be in heaven though, Briggs.
I will. I feel dead already. I felt dead that very night.
You're not dead, Briggs. Not dead at all. Here. I slide a mirror under his cell, to hear his sobbing now become frantic murmurs. He scratches the wall, crying in agony as he spits out his disgusting gibberish. Quiet! Shut up! Look into it. Look at that face. Bite, Briggs. Bite down on your tongue and join them.
I can't! I don't want to.
I turned further away, whilst listening to his disgusting gurgling and choking. Listening even harder, I can hear him hissing and cursing through clenched teeth as I read through the files faster and faster. Yes, you do, Briggs. You almost had it. I gave you a mirror, Briggs. Use that! Silence. After 10 grueling minutes, it was all over. I picked up the file and headed back, rattling my baton on the other cells as I left. Oh yes, I wouldn't change my job for the world.